Tim, are you just going to go through the agenda? I don't have a copy of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will go through the agenda.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, we can begin the meeting.
All right. Thank you very much, and welcome everybody to our ALCOSAN Green Committee. If we can begin with the roll call.
Stevie, you're on mute.
Dr. Gilliam,
Present.
Mr. Weinstein, Mr. Shea, Chairperson O'Connor.
Here. All right. Now that we've got through the roll call, I will pass it off to Tim for the agenda update, and we will take some action items in a few minutes. Tim, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're going to start this off with the GROW Cycle 6 recommendations. This cycle, we received 19 applications throughout the service area. We did not receive any green projects, 14 inflow and infiltration projects. We received 3 direct stream inflow removal projects. All those projects also have a sewer separation component tied to them. And we received 2 sewer separation projects. As the map shows, they're well distributed throughout the service area, and it was a very good turnout for this cycle. As usual, when we talk about the GROW Awards, we want to talk about the top projects. This slide shows the top projects for overflow reduction. This cycle, Sharpsburg and PWSA's stream removal jobs were very impactful projects. Then we had a Streets Run project led up by Baldwin Borough. This was a multi-municipal project that has been in coordination with ALCOSAN for some time, and we were very glad to receive this project. That was 10.51 million gallons. And then Borough of Etna and Wilkinsburg, not quite as large as the top 3, but still fairly impactful projects for the budget associated with them. Then we like to talk about cost efficiency. The most cost-efficient project that we took a look at was the Sharpsburg stream removal project. Very impactful, $23 million for a project that is about $5.6 million in eligible costs. So you can see the total eligible project costs in dollars per gallon of overflow, 23 cents, 30 cents, 30 cents. These are in line, if not better, than the overall clean water plan. These are the types of projects that we want to encourage the municipalities to send to us. And then finally, what most people are probably interested in the most is the award value. This cycle, we have our first capped project. PWSA's 4 Mile Run Stormwater Improvement Project. Very large project that PWSA presented to us. Not a bad cost effectiveness number, 83 cents a gallon. Usually that would get them 60 some odd % match, but because we have a cap, we capped out at $10 million. Baldwin Borough, 5.4 million award. Sharpsburg, 4.7 million award. And then after those 3, the awards kind of go down fairly quickly to Etna's 680,000 and PWSA's for Maytide's I&I job 391. All in all, the projects were good. Some did not meet the cut, but a good, well-represented group of projects this cycle. So the end results. We had no green projects, so there's no green awards this year. We had 2 sewer separation projects, but we're only recommending awarding one of them for $280,000. We had 14 I&I jobs. We are recommending award for 11 to a tune of almost $7 million. And all 3 stream jobs, we are recommending that they get awarded. And that will be a recommendation for almost $15.5 million. So in total, the largest recommendations that we've made so far, over $22 million, and the overflow reduction number, 62.88 million gallons. Any questions so far?
None for me.
No, I'm good. That's 4 Mile Run will be very excited. Thank you.
Some of the highlights from this cycle, just straight up, we did not get any green projects. So we're definitely going to see in cycle 7, try to find some green projects to get invited to the program. It was pretty exciting. The Streets Run project, the largest multi-municipal project that we've had so far. It's gone through a lot of coordination efforts. The municipalities all signed a memorandum of understanding that outlines their responsibilities and their financial contributions. A good project. As I mentioned before, we have the first project to meet the $10 million cap, a very impactful 4 Mile Run project. Overall, the GROW grants are roughly just a little bit above 50% of the total eligible project costs for this cycle. And our Ravine Street project, the most cost-effective project, was also the only project that received third-party funding. Moving forward, the cost efficiency for these 3 types of projects, they are fairly consistent. In past cycles, we have seen I&I projects be well above $1 a gallon. This can be attributed to the coordination efforts that ALCOSAN has had with our municipalities, working with Three Rivers Wet Weather, and just identifying these are where the impactful projects are, and the municipalities listening and presenting those projects to us. We have 11 projects we're recommending award to, but the impactful projects are the ones that really drove this cost-effective number for I&I down. Stream removal, that's typical, that it would be very cost-effective. And sewer separation, that is for one project, and that was about 52 cents a gallon. All said and done, the overflow reduction, sewer separation, about 500,000 gallons of estimated overflow reduction for the one project. I&I, roughly 13.5 million gallons. And then the 3 stream jobs, almost 50 million gallons of overflow reduction. So these 19 projects, roughly over 60 million gallons of overflow reduction that we're trying to see. And the award amount. So sewer separation, 280,000, I&I, nearly 7 million, and stream inflow about $15.5 million. And it's good to see that every project or these types of projects are coming in fairly, all in all cost effective. That's what we've been shooting for as we've grown this program. And that was not a pun. I did not mean that to be a pun. Here are the 19 projects that are that submitted applications. As per every other cycle, if there are questions in regards to any one of these projects, I'd be more than happy to go into the detail. We have details put aside. I can link to any of them. and talk about an individual project. But in the interests of time, if the committee does not want to go into it, that's fine also.
I'm good.
Oh, can you just click on one of those links so we can see what types of detail you have under there?
Sure. I'll start with the very first one, Baldwin. So this is Baldwin Borough. This is the multi-municipal project. It's I&I. The total eligible project costs $7 million. Modeled overflow reduction, about 10.5 million gallons. And that would translate to a 77% match from ALCOSAN. And just give me a second. I'll move the map. This is going to show all these shaded areas will show where there are where there were areas that we had identified as having high groundwater. The interesting part about this project is that this also has a regionalization aspect to it. That many of these segments that were identified for this project are also segments that have defects that the municipality is going to need to fix, and also has high groundwater coming in. So with the groundwater and the regionalization defects working together, the municipalities presented us with this project. And Streets Run is a very wet sewer shed. So we've done the monitoring. ALCOSAN performed the monitoring back in 2018. We shared the information with the municipalities. Starting in 2020, Julia started working with them through the regionalization and to start coming up with a project that can be grow applicable, but also meet the requirements of regionalization. So this is a very successful project for us. And we're planning, and this is the model that we plan to use moving forward for other multi-municipal project areas. We've done a lot of this work, and we just have to get the municipalities on board. But with the success of this one, I think it will encourage other municipalities to participate.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is really, really good information. I don't want you to do that for all of these projects, but I would love to look at that on my own, like click it and see what the areas are, and if I have some questions, because I really very interested in the specifics on where the water is going to be mitigated, and just looking to get a context for how many people's lives are going to be impacted just looking at the map. So I appreciate that, and I would love to look at that more.
Tim, I actually do have a question. I think it's more for Max. Max, when they have these agreements, is it just the regular agreement that all three municipalities obviously have to, or multiple municipalities have to agree to? Or are these just the regular agreements that we have? They just all jointly sign on?
I think this is something separate. I mean, this was their underlying agreements for intermunicipal cooperation, or just how they were going to go about this. When we get to question of the grant agreement, Tim, will that just be with Borough of Baldwin, or does it go to the others?
The way that this worked was the municipalities chose Baldwin as the lead municipality. They submitted the application, and so Baldwin will be the one that will be responsible for coordinating all the efforts. And then when we reimburse for the project, we will reimburse Baldwin. And part of the memorandum of understanding details each municipality's financial contribution, and they work that out on their own. So our agreement will only be with Baldwin Borough moving forward. But yeah, that's where the agreement will lie.
And that shouldn't require any deviation from our standard grant agreement or anything else like that. It would, and just makes more sense to have it run through one municipality than the 5 individual ones. We'll just have one to go after, even though it sort of extends past their borders. So it might take some more cooperation, but I mean, it's a great example of the communities working together and identifying a lead to sort of take the reins and work through this process.
Yeah, I was interested in how they would write that agreement. I mean, I think it's great that they're doing it. And if we can get more municipalities to do it together, that's even better. So then Baldwin is now responsible for the maintenance of the project, or just the maintenance within their borough? Probably just within their borough, I would guess. Or do we just maintain it after the fact?
Well, we've got the other component here, potential regionalization. Parts of these lines may come to us in the future as owners in fee, but using our standard grant agreement form, this would be we might need to get, depending on, that's just sewer repairs. We're really not going to be going for instruments for the declaration of restriction and covenants, like a green infrastructure project where we want them to record the O&M plan. I think in terms of looking to Baldwin to do all of this, they would be our point of contact if there's a problem, further down the line or somewhere else. We would lean on Borough Baldwin to get it done through their MOU with the other municipality. So,
okay, got it. Thank you.
It'll be interesting.
Another question for you. I'm just trying to think about how the public gets information to understand and kind of see the scale and reach of some of these projects. Is it possible to, put some of those visuals that you were just showing us that are underneath this slide on our website, just so people can see, what ALCOSAN is doing and the level of effort and work that you're doing to really try to improve the groundwater situation?
Yeah, and on the ALCOSAN website, we currently have information on grow projects, and we continue to do that. So once the board, awards these projects, this information will be put onto the ALCOSAN website.
Great. And then the last thing is, I think I probably raised this before, but I just think people need to know this. They need to know what the Grow Green project is doing. They need to know, and I know, we have a website and, they can go on and they can click, but, people are dealing with a lot right now. So the idea of them kind of going out of their way to identify and look for this is just not going to happen. So I was just wondering, even some joint publicity, press release, something that we can send out even with our partners. I know they've got to be excited about this too. But how do we leverage the media to really magnify this work? Because I'm very impressed with just the impact that this project is having, especially with the elevated cap. I'm just really excited about it. And then the other thing is, we didn't get any green projects submitted, and people probably, the people who would be most interested in that may not know that right now. And if they know, then maybe they can bring that, they can be working to, support, advocate for more projects, because that's the first time I think I've ever heard you guys say that we didn't get any. Is that the first time?
It may be the first time we haven't had a single application.
Right. Right. No applications. So, I heard you say that you're going to take a look at it and see, how can we get more applications? I know it's nothing that ALCOSAN did. We didn't get any applications. But, even, letting, I don't know, just what can we do because this is such a great opportunity. I would hate for people to look back on it and say, oh, well, we didn't have enough green projects, when actually we just didn't get enough we didn't get any applicants.
We went through a similar situation in cycle 3, where in cycle 3 we didn't get very many applications because that was lining up with some situations that the municipalities were preparing for with the regulatory agencies. So the regulatory agencies right now are preparing to issue some consent order agreements with the municipalities. Part of that, the municipalities will be implementing source control projects. So I would anticipate in cycle 7, we're probably, now that the municipalities are aware of what the contents of these agreements are, we should be getting prepared for all kinds of source control projects. Green infrastructure is absolutely on the table for combined communities still. And we're open to listen to all their ideas.
Okay, so what you're saying is that it's kind of part of the ebb and flow based on where we are with the consent decree. Is that what you're saying?
Well, not our consent decree, with the municipal regulatory.
The municipal regulatory. Okay, so we are expecting there should be some more. All right, well, we'll look forward to that.
And Tim is going to talk about the upcoming municipal workshops, which is
Okay.
always
That's right. Yes.
Well,
on our
that-
agenda.
opportunity
Okay.
to
That's a informational items, fall municipal workshops. Thank you. So this may be our 5th or 6th year that we've had the workshops following immediately after the previous cycle's award. And what we do, Julia and I meet with municipalities, and we've tried various iterations of how to do this. And what we found the most successful to be is to meet with an individual municipality one-on-one. This year, because of the municipal consent order agreements and regionalization, those topics, we used to give them 60 minutes. Now we're going to give them 90 minutes. There's a lot to talk about this time, and we want to be sure that we give our customer municipalities the opportunity to share with us their message about their source control projects. And these are the projects that, if they come prepared, these are the projects that we will let them know we are definitely going to invite you to cycle 7. We want to identify these strong, impactful projects as we're moving forward. So we meet with each municipalities. These will start in October. They'll go through November. And if we need to reschedule, we reschedule these meetings in December. And then, most of the municipalities that have ideas are already getting prepared. We've done this so long that it's become part of the routine with the GROW program, that they are coming prepared with projects to share with us. Are there any questions about our municipal workshops?
Just
No,
one question. One question. When you meet with the municipality, what offices within the municipality typically kind of lead the session?
Usually, the municipal engineers are the ones that we invite the municipal manager. And we let the municipal manager know that we are copying the engineer. That way, it is the municipality's determination whether or not they want to participate. We do not shoot this off to just the engineering firm, because we do not want to put an uncomfortable situation where maybe a municipality was not prepared to have this planned for them. So we invite the municipal manager, and if they want to go, what we used to do was have face-to-face meetings. We won't be doing that this year again. We will be setting these up as team meetings. They worked fine last year, and we will do everything we can to ensure excellent coordination with our municipalities. And typically what happens afterwards is that we identify these stronger projects, and then we reach out to the municipality and, inquire a little bit more about how can this project possibly get even stronger? Where are you? This project is of a certain cost. It should be at this design level. And we try to work the details out with the municipalities prior to invitation and prior to application coming to us. So by the time we have the application next June, we know a lot already about this particular project. There's
Okay,
there's a lot going on. Any other questions?
No. So thanks to our great director, I now have the agenda. So that will take us to action items. I need a motion on item A. That's a motion to modify grow agreement program by extending the terms of the contract.
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Item B, motion to recommend the ALCOSAN Board of Directors approve municipal source control projects for Cycle C under the GROW program, provided successful applicants with a grant agreement. I need a motion.
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor?
Pardon me. One moment before we,
Oh, sorry.
before we move too far forward. We do have a municipality that we want to remove from the current list. Okay?
Okay. So do I make a motion to amend?
Yes, please make a motion to amend removing McKees Rocks 2016-01-056.
Okay, I will make a motion to amend with a verbal amendment to remove McKees Rocks from Cycle C. I need a second on that motion.
Second.
Actually, is it from Cycle 6 or is this for the extension requests?
That is the extension request.
I'm
Right.
sorry. Okay,
That's
my
right.
fault. My fault. Okay, so I will withdraw that motion, make a new motion to withdraw from the extended from the grant agreements by the extension of the term of the contract.
Is it safe to second it this time?
Hopefully. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, so let's just, now that we amended it, we'll go back and vote on item A, which was a motion to modify the grant agreements or the grant agreements for the GROW program by extending the terms of the contract.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we can go to action item B, which is already on the table and has been motioned and second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that will exhaust our action items. I see future meetings Tuesday, November 16th, 2021 at 2 p.m. I would also say, Tim, again, thank you to your team for getting these out there. If we can get some dates for the fall municipal workshops, I'd like to just attend and see what's going on at those. So maybe all board members would like to show up and just, take part in that as well.
That sounds interesting.
For other business, we did have I know this individual's on the call, so we did have a special birthday at ALCOSAN. Joe Day turned 52. He looks terrible for turning 42, but for 52, he looks okay. For 41, he looks a little shaky. But just for everybody to know, wish Joe a happy birthday at age 52, and hopefully we'll see him at some point soon. So other than that, are there any other comments?
Mr. Chairman, everybody who attends the ALCOSAN open house on Saturday. That is this coming Saturday, September 18th. Can not only see Joe, they can get a picture with Joe and friends.
Oh,
Everybody should show up.
that is great news. Yes. I mean, now that there's not a full parade, I'm glad that he is going to be of service at the ALCOSAN board meeting or at the open house for everybody. So sounds good. Good luck with the open house. You guys again do an amazing job. Hopefully everybody can come out there this weekend and we will see a lot of people there. So thank you again. Thanks, director. Thank you, doctor. And we will see everybody soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right,
Thank you.
thank